Just like any other sentient being, I want love. Life is beautiful. We have consciousness. What are we doing with this magnificent mind that creates everything around us? See, we're all searching for love, but what is love? Love is a vibration. It's a frequency. It's pure energy. It's the source of success. With love, anything is possible. It has the power to shift the world. We've created a society of doers. So there's a lot of humans doing and not enough humans being. A lot of running around. What are we running from? Work, stress, anxiety, depression, avoiding responsibility. We run so far away we don't even recognize ourselves. Let's stop running away and start moving toward our true desires. Which actions are we going to take in this present moment that brings us closer to our utopia? Ask yourself, where do I want to be? What do you want from your world? What type of experiences do you want to have? Most importantly, do you believe in yourself enough to achieve more love, financial freedom, deep connectivity, accountability, eliminate procrastination, defeat depression, break free from anxiety, a place where you can practice reaching your higher self, feeling free to evolve, a place to feel heard and appreciated, all with love and beautiful healing energy. Welcome to Love Plus Transformation. The body is the technology, but it seems we've lost the manual.
Grand Rising, everybody. Grand Rising. How is everybody doing this beautiful AM? Let me get this on gallery. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Al, Nikisha, Deandra. How is everybody doing? Tamika, Kathy, how are y'all feeling? How is everybody doing? India, Grand Rising, everybody. How are you doing? I need y'all to put one word in the chat. Tell me how y'all feeling. I know y'all nights have been amazing. How has everything been going? It is day 4. Is this week not flying? Has this not been a powerful week for you? Well, we just going to keep everything flowing. This is a thankful Thursday, and I want our focus to still be on, if you have not been paying attention, becoming more effective in less time. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Becoming more effective in less time. Have you started to make sure that that has been your intention? We want to make sure that we're working smarter, not harder. Make sure you're moving with intention because you want to make every moment count. So many of us talk about we don't have enough time, but we haven't paid attention to how much time we're spending on things that is not helping us get to our goals. Remember, we want to play full out because every single last one of you are what? The MVP. Put MVP in the chat in all caps. And speaking of MVPs, I know, including today, day 4, you have seen this king embody this. Mindset Mogul embodies this principle daily. He consistently reminds us, right, that the right mindset is a tool set that's going to lead us to our assets. Listen, if you don't remember anything else, it's not just any mindset, it's the right mindset, okay? Is the tool set that's going to lead you to every single asset that you're looking for. So you know what I'm about to do. I'm moving out the way because we got some stuff to do today. So I need everybody to come off mute and give it up for our Mindset Mogul, y'all. Let's pour this love. Let's go, family. Let's go.
Yeah.
Grand Rising. Let's go.
Good morning,
Yay.
good
Let's
morning, good
go.
morning.
Everyone.
Let's
Nice.
go. Let's
Bring
go.
them
Let's
up. Bring them
go.
up. I'm
Let's
ready. I'm
go.
ready. I'm
Go.
ready.
Time.
Go.
It is
Bank
it is
time, big
bank
money.
time.
All
Yes.
right.
Go.
Yes.
Drum
Give it up.
roll.
Let's
Drum roll.
go.
Let's go.
Another beautiful day.
There you go. There he is.
Happy Thursday.
Step into your most attractive character and rise as the MVP of your life.
Wait a minute. That's just a preview. Okay, wait a minute. I need you to go ahead and put that trophy emoji in the chat. I see those beautiful faces. Put my camera on, please, and spotlight me because today is a good day for a great day, ladies and gentlemen. You already know the vibes. Let me get to the whiteboard and let's see. Look, who do we have in the building? Once again, don't get upset if I don't call your name out. It's just due to time constraints. But you should be calling you out, okay? You should be standing up calling your own name out, all right? So what's going on? Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, team. We appreciate you. Today we have another day. We're blessed to be on a wake-up list. So if you are blessed, go ahead and put that one word in the chat and you are feeling today like Sunshine asked. Hey, Miss Brown, what's going on? How are you feeling today? Put the trophy emoji in the chat. It's good to see you front and center. What's going on, Aisha? Mr. Al, Big Al showing up. What's going on, Al? Put it in the chat. Trophy emoji in the chat. You are the MVP. Miss Allison Phillips, what's going on? Mr. Mac, what's going on? Big clean. Big clean, no food residue, right? Like you good. Okay, I love it. What's going on? Put the trophy emoji in the chat. You are the MVP. Mr. Corey, go ahead and put the trophy emoji in the chat. You are the MVP. Miss Angela Bivens, what is going on? King Daryl, put the trophy emoji in the chat. Miss Giselle, Mr. James, if I haven't called your name out once again, it's just due to time constraints, but you are the MVP, and it doesn't really matter what I'll say, okay? I'm just one person. If I'll say you're the best of the best and you don't feel like you're the best of the best, then you're just not the best of the best. But if somebody else say you're not the best of the best and you feel like you're the best of the best, then you're the best of the best. Your word matters. Somebody put in the chat, my word matters. Okay, because there will come a time where people are going to give you some identities. In fact, remember the story that we had about little Johnny, how his dad gave him a whole identity about who he's supposed to be. Hey, you're not enough. Okay, you can't afford it, and then you grow up with that identity. I want you to identify the identities that you still have, the ones that people put on you when you shared your big dreams with these small minds and they made you feel tiny. You know what I'm talking about? Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Let me know. Well, here, you'll never feel tiny. Here, you'll never feel small. See, sometimes we look at you in a way that you probably never seen yourself. We believe in you here. We know that you're the best of the best because of one simple thing. It's your effort to show up. You know that you could fall asleep and just be, some of you who don't have the job, you can just fall asleep. F the call. I'm out of here. I'm not on the call today. But you're showing up. You know you went to your family and friends and said, hey, look, I got this going on. You want to join? Like, come on, we learn how to build our business up, get to the bank. They're like, nah, man, I'm good. And you still showed up. You didn't let that deter you. I know you had people tell you that you weren't going to succeed and you still did it. So snap it up, clap it up for you. This is why every day I have you put the trophy emoji in the chat. So I want to know from your experience, let's do a quick overview of what we've been going through this week. So, who did the good debt versus bad debt yesterday? We asked you to do that, good debt versus bad debt for yourself. And then let us know what you would do with the good debt. Raise your virtual hand if you've done it. Raise your virtual hand if you've done it. Raise your virtual hand if you've done it. I know Sharice did it. She was the first one to post. Let me see. No one did it? If you did it, put a 1 in the chat. If you didn't, put a 0 in the chat. Maybe my chat is broken. Sunshine, you think your chat is broken too? Or is that just my chat? Okay, there we go. I'm seeing some things popping there. All right. Are you raising your hands in the chat? Is that what that is? Like when you put the hand emojis, are you raising your hand in the chat? We mean like the virtual hand. All right. So some people didn't do it. All right, cool. All right. Somebody did do it. All right, Sunshine, who do we have?
Come talk to us, Angel. How are you, love? Are you able to turn your camera on so we can bring you up?
Good morning, Grand Rising, everyone. Let me see how I look because I was getting ready. I'm excited to be here. Okay, I look pretty good. Hold on 1 minute.
Okay, come on, let's do it, beautiful.
All right, here we go. All right. And I knew you were going to call on me. Get that. All right. Sorry about that. I hope everyone up. All right, here. I have the camera on here. All right. So, yes, I did the good debt versus bad debt. And for me, um I don't have any bad debt, and I'm not being funny about that, but I don't. Everything that I've spent the last 6 months have been towards my business. I I try and I pay it off within 1 to 2 months. So I don't have any bad debt. Good debt, I'm called out. I am my home. I've turned that into an asset from a liability, so that's paid off. And I don't have a car note. I generally when I go out and I buy a car and try to pay it off within 2 to 3 years. So I'm just one of those. I'm just blessed this time. I'm just blessed. So that's all I just wanted to give. So I don't have any bad debt, but I did it.
All right, good job. That's the purpose. The purpose is to do it, to do the work. And I'm happy that you did do the work. And one thing I just from the language, can we do some coaching moments right now?
Absolutely.
All right, good. Just off the language that you're utilizing, just want to make this very clear. We're not expecting you all to have bad debt. We're not doing that. We're not expecting anything. We're just having you do an audit on yourself because as a business owner, you have to get used to doing audits. So, and it's not just about the paperwork, it's also about the inner work. So what am I doing? How am I thinking? Where am I going with my thoughts? Let me reevaluate certain things. It's just certain times I hear language and it's kind of suggestive. So I just want to make sure we're very clear on that. We're not looking for you to have bad debt. We just want to make sure you're doing the work to make sure you don't have bad debt. So you're right on where you need to be. Good job, Miss Angel.
Thank you.
And no problem. Everyone send some love in the chat if you haven't already. Jasmine, what do we have coming up?
We have Queen Marquita. Come through, Queen Marquita.
Unmute. Can you hear me?
You gotta let us know. You gotta let us know if it's Marquita or not, because sometimes it look like Marquita,
it's
but it'd be
Marquita.
something.
Marquita.
Marquita? Is it Marquita?
Yes.
All right, cool. Good
So
job.
I went through my evaluation, and I guess I'm kind of looked at mine a little bit differently. So I have good and bad debt. I looked at my 2 vehicles as bad debt technically, but one of them is good debt because I bought it with the point of changing it to a Turo car. So that's in the process. So that
Did she go out for
will turn
everyone?
into good debt.
All right, hold on. What did you buy? I couldn't hear it.
So I have 2 vehicles. One that I use. Well, I was using both of them, but then when the return to office happened, I decided to turn my second vehicle into a Turo car. So I'm in the process of learning how to do that, to turn that into a good debt, because I don't drive both of them on the regular basis, especially now that I have to go into the office. So I'm turning one of them into a good debt. So I'm learning about that. I own a home that I'm turning into a midterm rental. So that technically is a liability now, but it will turn into a good debt because it will pay for itself. And then I have credit cards.
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. What, taking your mindset, turning it into that tool set? You're starting to see, okay, I got different, liabilities. Let's turn them into some assets. So that's what we're talking about when we say mindset, tool set, assets. So great job. Just so you know that you're on the right track. Just wanted to emphasize on that. Continue.
Okay. And then the credit cards that I have, when the return to office happened, I literally had to max them out because like life changed and I was already on the path of doing these things. So I was like low on cash, so I had to use them. So I'm in the process of paying them off. But in the process, I also started putting money into my education. So what I had and the other credit cards I use for my education. So technically I have good and bad credit cards right now. So like I'm paying them, but to get in the door of my education, I use my credit card. So I don't know
Okay.
if that's
I got that.
technically good, but it's still debt. So yeah. And that's it.
So you're moving into that transition stage where you're looking at liabilities differently and you're saying, you know what, let me see difficulty differently. I have these two cars. I don't know what's going on. Like I can't use both of them at the same time. You know, let's do something with it, right? And that's where we want you all to be. A lot of times we look at the problems that we have, but don't look at the solutions that we can create from the problems that we have. So I love that you're looking and you're being solution oriented. That is where we're going with this. So shout out to you. Snap it up, clap it up for yourself. Great job. Everyone send some love in the chat. Great job. Great job. So as we continue to go, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to be present to the line that I used before. I said, don't compare your chapter 2 to somebody else's chapter 10. And the reason why you will constantly hear me speak on things like this is because I used to speak like this a long time ago. When I first started my business back in 2008, right? The idea is you may be right here right now, but your current situation is not your final destination. So you might be comparing your dreams and your visions and your goal and your path to someone else because naturally that's just how we've been trained. However, when we compare ourselves to other people, we're going to lose our own thunder. And this is how we get lost in the sauce. So sometimes your situation may be so unique, but you can come up and be creative with a way to monetize your situation. So for like me, I used to have people come over to the house all the time because I grew up in a household where random people just be on the couch. You know, you wake up in the next morning, you see someone, who's that, grandma? That's, you know, oh, all right, what up? You know, and so I kind of built this whole idea of love. You know, the difference between a stranger and a friend is that you got to know the friend more. Stranger, you just don't know him. But friend was also a stranger at one point in time. So you realize that all of what you have is what you are creating. So whatever you have in your life right now that you may see as an obstacle, what if you saw it as an opportunity? What if whatever you thought was difficult, you thought, wait a minute, maybe this is just another way to push me to a next level, right? So I want us to start to think about the power of perspective. Each time you look at something, you should be seeing it for that moment. And I always have this saying, in the present is where you get gifted with things. Let me know in the chat if you resonate with that. This is why we call it the present moment. But most of us are so stuck in the past or stuck in the future that we can't even see what we have right now. So that house that I had everyone coming over and everything, people say, yo, you should actually get paid to do this. Like you have great hospitality. I said, oh, I never thought about that. And as soon as I thought about it, you know which new app came out? As soon as that I said yes to it, you know which app came out? Which app came out? Which app came out? Not my app. Which app came out? As soon as I thought about doing that, yes, Airbnb. It doesn't have to always be your idea. And a lot of times things are not going to be your idea, right? I didn't make the clothing, right? Yes, it's my idea to brand the clothing, but I didn't make this, right? Somebody else did. You didn't make your car. Somebody else did. But these are all going to be vehicles that help you get to where you want to be, but you have to be open to receiving and seeing it as something that's working with you instead of something that's working against you. It's so amazing that happened. Like, just think about from my perspective. Yeah, bro, I could do this. You know, I make breakfast in the morning, right? I'm the type of guy, I would make everybody breakfast and I serve them and they're not expecting it, just did it. And it's just a level of comfort. You ever had those family members who come to your house, but you make them sleep on the floor? I scratch my head. I never let my family, my friends sleep on the floor. That's crazy. Y'all could take the bed. Y'all could take the bed. And they said, you should monetize that, but they didn't use the word monetize. They said you should get paid for it. And I said, at first I was neglecting it. And then when I said yes to it, Airbnb popped up. I'm using this to show you that in this same case, for you, it's probably the same. You probably said, yo, God, please help me out this one time. You know, I'm doing everything you asked me to do. I'm doing it, but I'm not seeing the stuff in return. Please just ask, please, I'm asking you. Just give me this community, give me this space, give me a mentor, give me someone, give me an idea, give me something to change my life. And then God gives it to you. But being that you're so stuck in the past of thinking and stuck in the future of thinking, you can't see what's in the present. So you miss the whole entire gift. Same thing with yourself. You're so focused on helping everyone else, but do you even look at what your gift is and who you are? That's something I want you all to think about. So when we give you homework and you don't do the homework, that's you missing your gift. Because what if the homework made you realize what good debt, which bad debt you had, and then you realize how to turn this liability into an asset, and that asset brought you millions of dollars or thousands of dollars. But since you were so busy focusing on which show you got to watch or why this doesn't matter to you, or well, you know, I'm just not going to listen to what they told me to do, you missed it. And that is how you miss opportunities. It's not like they have a huge store in front of you and go, this is the opportunity store, ladies and gentlemen. Come and pick your opportunity. That's how you act like it's going to happen. It doesn't happen that way. Opportunities show up to you in ways that where you have to be optical. Opportunity. You have to see it with the optics. This is why beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You have to see it. And every opportunity is the last one. So that's why you have to pay attention to anything and everything that we're sharing with you. Because if you knew it already, you would be here teaching us. And I'll just be listening to you, taking notes. But since it's the other way around, you have to do the work. Somebody put in the chat, say, I'm doing the work. Somebody put in the chat, say, I'm doing the work. So if like when we don't do the work and I have to speak, it kind of take away from what we have on the agenda. But usually we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. So that's why that takes precedent, because it's not like I'm saying anything brand new, right? It's not like I'm saying anything brand new. Come on. We know. I'm saying the same thing, but let's go over to becoming more effective in less time. Because I do want to do a quick recap with you all from yesterday, and I want to get to the guided meditation because that is going to be powerful. Okay. Let's see. You can go to chapter 1, the key to unlocking your life, which is what we would call mindset. Shout out to everyone who put in the chat, I'm doing the work. I give you all a second to turn to it. This is first chapter. Okay, first chapter. All right, cool. How we start off is this. It says, we all have a certain mindset, of course. But did you ever stop to think about what that really is? Mindset is a set of beliefs and assumptions that shape how you make sense of the world and yourself in it. Do we remember this? Let me know in the chat. Okay, some of us say yeah. Hopefully it's not a blur. We just did this on Monday, right? Where's your mindset at now? Where's your mindset at now? I want you to think about that. Has your mindset changed? And I'm going to say, for half of you, you're going to say yes. For the other half is going to be no. The half that is saying yes is the half that is open to receiving. The half that says no is the half that's open to filtering. So you have to be cautious of this, ladies and gentlemen, because you might think that you're open to learning, but you're really just filtering. We only remember 10% of anything that's being told to us anyway, right? So imagine that you're filtering, where you're saying to yourself, you're listening to hear what you already know to see if it makes sense to you. And the things that don't make sense to you, you leave it. Now let's just do a check. Let's do a check. Sometimes when we're giving you information and the things that don't make sense to you, do you do more research on those things, or do you just let it go because it doesn't make sense to you? I need you to be honest and answer that in the chat, because this could be a breakthrough for you. This could be a breakthrough for you, because I know some of you it will be. Do you, like, if I said something to you today, do you actually do it? Do you go and find out more about it? Or do you go, well, I didn't really understand that part. And you just kind of let it go out of your mind. Just let it go out of your mind. I want you to think about that. Okay. This is not a school question, so please don't give me the right answer. I want to know what you do, because I'm asking you this for you, not for me. Okay. So we all have these certain mindsets. We understand that. So now let's continue to read. As it says it will influence how you think, feel, and act in any given situation. You will then set expectations or intentions from that place. I want you to think about your intentions. If your intentions are to cut corners, you are only cutting yourself short. It doesn't work. Remember, we did the ladder and we showed you how to get yourself up to the next ladder. It doesn't matter if you're in corporate, doesn't matter if you're a business owner, does not matter. The same rules still apply. So what I would love for you to do right now is I would love for you to see, where do you have a fixed mindset? Where do you have a growth mindset? Where do you have a fixed mindset? Where do you have a growth mindset? As we continue to read, it says there are two main types of mindsets, the fixed and the growth. So those with the fixed mindsets believe that their lives and everything in them are unchangeable. Basically, they're here for the ride. They will react as needed. Those people may be unaware that they're using the filtering versus the receptor. Two different things. It's just, so how do we know how do we identify what I'm referring to? If you ever been in a relationship and your significant other is talking to you and you're talking while they're talking, that's the filter, not a receptor. You're not receiving information. Maybe it's you on the other end, where you know that you're talking to your significant other and you can see that they're not listening, and based upon their response, it was confirmed. That's the filter. You must be cautious of this filter. This filter is a no good thing. It seems like it's nothing, but it's a no good thing. It's a no good thing, okay? You have to identify it. People with the growth mindset, they understand that nothing is static. Instead, they will grow. They will change over time. They are more open to exploring opportunities, putting themselves out there in an effort to improve the quality of their lives. Who says have a growth mindset right now? Who says that? Who says that? Put me in the chat, or put one in the chat. Just put anything in the chat. Let me know. Everybody right now who says there's growth mindset, raise your virtual hand. I'm gonna call on one of you. Let's just see. Let's see if you really growth mindset. Because growth mindset, it says it right here. Growth mindset understand that nothing is static. Instead, they will grow. They will change over time. They're more open to exploring opportunities and putting themselves out there. Everybody who's a growth mindset, put your hand up. I'm gonna call on one of you. I'm gonna call on one of you. All the people like, yeah, maybe I'm not a growth mindset. You know, I'm probably a fixed one. It's okay. It's okay though. It's okay. You know, baby steps. Nah, it's not baby steps. We don't do baby steps here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, take your hands down. Take your hands down. I wasn't even gonna call you. I'm just testing. Some of you failed. You see, you're playing around. Some of you failed. All right, cool. Let me share my screen really fast with you all on the whiteboard and briefly go over some things, because we all have businesses here. But I want us to have a growth mindset on business. What's better than building a business? Andrea, I would call you out because you're in the bed. I know your husband is sleeping, which I know, I get it. You don't want to talk and wake him up. But I want to ask you a question. If this is important to you, why are you in the bed? It's not to call you out in a negative way. I just want to, I'm here for your love and growth. Why are you in the bed? You will never drive laying down flat. And there's a reason why you won't. But let me ask you this. So why would you drive your life that way? I'll drop the mic on that one, okay? Let y'all pick it up, because some things can't be taught. They got to be caught. Catch that. So what's better than building a business? What's better than building a business? Because I know a lot of us, oh, I'm gonna build this business, but I'm gonna be honest with you now. Building a business is hard. Building a business is hard. Okay. And don't feel like I'm calling you out, Andrea. This is not, I was just using it as a moment to teach. That's all. Because there's somebody else that's in a different situation that is probably just lying in bed, just to lie in bed. Yeah, man. These morning calls, I ain't really paid for this part. So, yeah, I don't really gotta show up, right? No, this is the most important part. I'm sorry. No disrespect to you, but it's the most important part. All right. So what's better than building a business is buying a business. Okay. Everybody put that in the chat. What's better than building a business? Put the answer in the chat. Buying a business. Building a business is hard. And this is a reason why a small percentage of business owners actually win. I'm talking about 90% of new businesses will fail after 5 years. They will fail before 10 years. This is not me saying this, is a proven fact. Yesterday, we talked about velocity. And we talked about moving with speed, and we talked about all of this. Some of us, we're moving so fast, going nowhere. We want to be able to pick up velocity. Velocity is adding that direction to where we are going. So you want to make sure we are adding the direction. Do we know where we're going? Do we know where we're headed? This is why you have to be super intentional, because a lot of times we're going so fast, but we're going nowhere. So one of the things that I wanted to hit on yesterday is we gave you the $1 million formula. Everyone remembers the $1 million formula? We showed you the roadmap and the blueprint of how to actually do it. So when you make your ebook or your guidebook or your digital product and you sell it at $20 per product, this is your do it yourself. So you need all three of these. You need all three of these. Somebody put these three, what I would call service models down. You need this. You need a do it yourself product. You need a done with you product and a done for you product. You don't need that, but if you do have that, that's the way to multiply your income. And that's what we're looking to do. We want to multiply your income, because to you, it might be easier. And I like Steve. Steve did a nice video breakdown on this, right, yesterday. Good job, Steve. But when you communicate your product at 50,000 units at $20 each unit, that's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. But what you want to do is you want to take the same information and you want to put it in all three categories. So you multiply 3 streams of income from one idea. Okay, we're not asking you to do 2 different ideas. It's all the same thing, but it's how you help them. Remember, these 4 levels are how you help people. These are 4 levels of value, how you help people. Implement. You either implement, like a mechanic will implement. Mechanic is not going to usually communicate to you. The only thing a mechanic usually communicates to you is how much more work they need to do on your car, right? That's it. Hey, they tell you, now you need this. You came in for brakes, but now you need windshield wipers. You need all this other stuff going on. Like that's what they would do, right? So I want you to understand, those are called upsells. When you go to the drive-thru, or when you go to the food store, whatever type of restaurant, and they ask you, do you want to round up to donate to our, that's them communicating to you. That's an upsell. That's adding an extra few cents. If they add an extra 50 cents on 1 million orders, let's be real here, ladies and gentlemen, they just made $500,000. So to you, you might be like, yeah, no problem. But they just got 1 million people a day and they just got an extra 500,000. That's how clever you have to be with your marketing. But you don't want to be like them. You want to have mutually beneficial relationships. Somebody put that down. Mutually beneficial relationships. Okay. Mutually beneficial relationships. You want to have all of these services. You ever go to the checkout and then they ask you if you want to add something to your cart? That's them communicating, getting the extra $20, the extra 50. You need to have these upsells. But you don't want to be like those people who are scummy with it, just looking to take your money. You want to really help someone, because if the more that you help them, the more they come back. The more they come back, the more beneficial both of you feel, the better your relationships are with them, but the better your life becomes. Imagine it this way, just so it's very clear. If you were just all about taking somebody's money and you gave them a crap product, are they going to come back? They're not. So yeah, you probably got over on them once, but now you got to keep getting over on people. And we already said if you got a $20 product that you got to keep getting over on people, that's $50,000 people you got to get over on. Eventually, your name is spreading like wildfire. Don't mess with this person, and you have a bad life. But your life is predicated also on your relationships. The quality of your life is going to be with the quality of your relationships. If you're not willing to spend money on yourself to go to the best hotels or the best resorts, you're going to go to the worst hotels or the hotels you can afford with the type of staff that they can afford that gives you the attitude, that gives you the bad feeling, the bad vibes. But if you like me, you're going to go to the best of the best, top of the top. They're going to treat you like it. You go to the Waldorf, they treating you like it, okay? You go to Four Seasons, they're treating you like it. They're treating because you're treating yourself like it. You have to be the reflection of what you want. So the same thing goes into your product and your relationship with any client, because if you build that great relationship, they keep coming back. Your life improves, their lives improves. You have an amazing connection. Relationship, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the rich is just like that too. You leave the room, you come back as clean. I just had to double check. I don't even understand why I was like this. I would wrinkle the sheets up on the bed. I'll walk out for 10 minutes, come right back upstairs. It was done. I was like, how? I'll do it again, right back to back. Wrinkle the sheets up, go back downstairs, come right back up. How? Who is this? What type of camera? What type of system y'all got going on here? Y'all watching me? And then one time I caught them. I wrinkled up the sheet, came back up. Hi, what you doing in the room? It's third time in there, huh? She's like, nah, we just want to make sure you have a great experience. Anytime you come in here, it's clean for you. I said, oh man, I appreciate you. In that moment, gave her a tip. Like, oh, see that? You see that? She didn't even know that. She just was doing her job. She was doing her job. I was being I spy, detective. But anyway, I'm just telling you, when you treat yourself well and you work on you, everything else works for you. So you need to do it yourself product as well. You need the done for you and the done with you. So these are all of your product stages. You might not be at the stage where you could do all of these yet, but let's just start from the top. The first thing you need to do is start implementing. But one thing about all of this is you can get all of this and you can have all of this and you can serve your customer or your client, but none of it's going to matter without the systems. Okay. So let me stop sharing this screen really fast. None of it matters without the systems. How many of us have a CRM? Some of us are over here collecting payment through Cash App. You be online. Yeah, I collect payment through Cash App. I do it through Zelle. You be happy about that. You know, all that spells is a small business. And you're gonna attract what you put out there, and you're gonna attract small business. Nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with starting where you're at. We never said don't start where you're at. Hold on. I have to. Some reason it's lagging. I'm trying to get out of here. All right. Yeah. Give me a second, team. I'm trying to get out of this share screen space. There we go. All right, good. So I'm going to share. If you have a system, do you have a system? Do you have a funnel? Do you have a website? Do you have that? Let me know. Because all of what I showed you is still the principle of the funnel. All of what I showed you, I'm not going to show you right now because it's going to take too much time up, but I'm going to give you a system, or I'm going to show you a system as well that you need to have. So put a 1 in the chat if you already have a system, you already have something that you could manage your clients with. Put a one in the chat. You already have that system. You already have that funnel. You already have that website. Put a 0 in the chat if you don't. Put a 0 in the chat if you don't. Because I know some of us are still operating on that space where it's like, still collecting payment through Zelle and Cash App. And if you got Venmo, holla at me. I know. What we want to do is kind of get from. So I'm sharing my screen. Let me know when you're able. Got it? Shake your head or say, or put your finger up or something. Let me know. All right, it looks like I can see it from mine. All right, cool. So this is how you don't have to have my system. I've created the Mogul AI system utilizing Wix Studio. I love Wix because it's super simple, is functionable in a way where it's intuitive. Do we like simplicity? Let me know in the chat if you like simplicity. Let me know in the chat. I do have Go High Level as well. I know that's what everyone's going to tell you about. I'm not going to tell you about that. I'm going to tell you about Wix Studio because I understand the problems that come with Go High Level when it comes to the lack of the true customer support, the lack of I would say how hard it is to learn, that learning curve for most people, especially people who are technology challenged or technically challenged. So this is why I focus on this. I love simplicity. So number one, you want to make sure your CRM or your system is simple to use. Good thing about this system, right? You want to also have something that tells you or gives you data. Data is the most powerful thing that you would ever run across. This is what every business owner is looking to collect at the highest level. So Google, they want all of your data. This is why they created the search engines, because all you do is freely import your data into them. Okay. Information is the king. Information is the queen. Information is that top dog. So anytime on your funnels in your system, the first thing you want to do is grab people's information. Name, email. Somebody put that in the chat. Name, email. That's what you need first. Name, email. Name, email. That's what you're searching for. You're gonna make a pop-up window, name, email. Cool. On the back end, this is the back end. You need to understand what's going on the back end. So you're gonna have people visit your site. You're gonna see here all the site sessions. You see your sales. You see your orders. If you don't have the amount of sales you want, if you don't have the amount of orders you want, the sessions you want, what you would do is you would use the help system to help you grow your site. So you want to make sure your CRM has helpful tools. Okay. So I'm giving you what you need to watch out for, what you need to look for in finding and saying which CRM works best for you. This CRM can make funnels. It can make websites. It can do community. It can do anything that you want to create. It can do it here, even if you had a restaurant, which is pretty dope. Obviously, you want to get paid. So here's what I want you to think about. Do I have multiple ways to get paid? With Go High Level, you need extra payment processors. You need different payment processors. I don't want that. I want everything all in one. If you're that type of person, let me know in the chat. Put that's me in the chat. If you want everything all in one, I need everything all in one. I don't feel like going to the next place to find this and then mixing and matching. Let me get everything here. So one of the cool things about this is that you have multiple ways to be able to help your client. You can do payment links. You can have them pay with PayPal. You can have them pay with Apple Pay, Google Pay. You can request payments. You can sell in person. You can sell online, right? On your website. You can make an e-commerce store. You don't need to go get drop shipping because you have it here already. You can do everything in this one system. So you want to make sure your system has what you need and make sure you has what you would say as a non-negotiable. So for me, a non-negotiable is having subscriptions, platform that has subscriptions, where I don't have to have a third party, a platform that has subscriptions, but also a platform that does automation, because that's where I'm getting to this, ladies and gentlemen. You want to have automation in your system, because it's cool that you sell that $20 product, that $2,000 product, but if you're late to the meetings or you're late to the follow-ups with the emails and your clients are lost and you're confused, guess what? You're going to lose the customer. So it's cool that you got all of that dialed in, and it's cool that you know your messaging, and that's dope. But do you know how to fulfill on the back end? Do you have a system that's going to alert you and alert the customer and keep it all seamless? So when you do get that form, right? When you do get that form, let's say you had the landing page and they signed up with the email and the name, you'll be able to look at the form and see exactly what they want. The key thing on that is to ask them how they need to be served. You don't want to put your spin on everybody. You want them to put what they want and what they need. So you coming back here, you can easily customize any form for yourself, and you want to make sure your CRM does that. Is that clear? You want to make sure your CRM has those components. Does it have automation? Does it have a sales system? Can I create payment links? Can I create subscriptions? What about, do I have a way to make sure all of my contacts are in a pipeline? Does it have a community aspect if I want to build community? One of the other things I love, absolutely love, is the fact that it has marketing suite. Now, don't get me wrong, you can use AI, but AI makes mistakes sometimes. So use it as an assistant and not as the driving force. So you can do email marketing, email blasts. You can do Facebook and Instagram ads, Google ads, all right from your system. And that's power. I don't know about you, but I love power. You can create coupons, discounts, and so on and so forth. Obviously, you can look at all this on your own time. You can go to Wix.com and you can see what type of services they have for you, because I have a different type of service. I run an agency, right? I do this for a living. I help people build their sites, and I do this for a living. You might not need that. You might just need a website and funnel, and you don't need the back end. But this is what I do for a living. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Hopefully that made sense to you all, that you need a system, and the system should have a lot of what you need in it already, versus having to go build out so many different components just to service your client. Okay. And then you can add your bookkeeping to it and track all of your payments. So that way when tax time runs up, is all you do is click the button, Excel sheet, get that, send it to your tax professional, done. Okay. Versus having to scramble and figure all of this stuff out through Zoom. I mean, through Venmo and Zelle and all of that. Okay. All right, cool. So that was Wix. Somebody was looking for that. That was Wix. That was Wix. All right, cool. All right, so what I want to do at this moment is I want to go into guided meditation. But before I do that, I want to give you, actually, guided meditation is more important. So let me do guided meditation first. And then if I have time, I'll go through a quick story. Okay. So breathe, everyone, breathe, because I know we got a lot to do today, got a lot of going on. Things are happening in life. Yes, it is. But this is why we need to take time to do the meditation. This is the system that you need to have for yourself that allows you to be the person that can run the business. Okay, so don't forget about this part of the system. If I can, let's get the music going. This is what I will do really fast before I say that. A lot of us are doing minimum wage activities. Sunshine hinted on it earlier, but some of us are doing minimum wage activities. Somebody put MWA in the chat. We want to focus on RGA. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give everybody a link to that book so you can see exactly what you want, and exactly what you're doing. So it's MWAs and RGAs. MWAs and RGAs. Where is this? Oh, it's on my phone. I think the team has it, right? Team, we have it, MWA, RGA. If not, don't worry. I'll put it inside the Telegram for everyone. But that's what I want you to focus on. Go in that book. It's free, so don't worry about it. Go in there and look at it and see exactly what are you doing that's MWAs and what are you doing that's RGAs, or what do you need to do that's RGAs. So that way you can stop doing minimum wage activities and get to those revenue generating activities. Okay, so I got the music up. Now let's get into the guided meditation. At this moment, I would love for everyone to center themselves. If you're driving, you already know, don't stop the driving. Just kind of vision it with your mind. Pay attention to the road though, right? At this moment, I encourage you to breathe. Inhale deeply to your lungs at capacity. Slowly release. Push the remaining air out through your nostrils. Breathe, ladies and gentlemen. Breathe. I want you to imagine everything that is in your space right now. I want you to see it with your mind's eye. That desk, those devices, the room. And I encourage you to let it all go. One by one, until you're in this white space of nothingness. This white space of nothingness is the quantum realm. This is where everything is created. Everything. Breathe. Know that you're safe. Know that you're complete. As you are inside of this white space, you notice the double doors. As you go to open the double doors, it automatically opens. You're on the other side in that dream-like state, that dream reality. And there's a person that appears to you. That person is your higher self. Your higher self grabs you by the hand and says, "Follow me." Breathe. As you grab the hand of your higher self, you ascend into the air, flying above, high, seeing the street. And then you see the city. And then you see the state. As you continue to ascend, you see the country. You see the world. Breathe. As you ascend down, your higher self takes you to a moment in time in history where someone hurt you. And you're standing there with your higher self, watching the replay of it in real time as if it was a play happening live in front of you. As that scene ends and that younger version or that version of you goes to their silence and to their separation and isolation, they may be crying, they may be upset. This is the time you get to enter the scene. So as your current version and whatever version you saw who was hurt, you go and you comfort that individual. There is only you two there. What is being said? What is being heard? As that comes to a conclusion, embrace, and then your higher self picks you up again and says, "Let's go." You fly off to a different location, and this time you're the one that hurt someone else. You're watching the scene unfold. See, the way that you remembered it is that you were right, but while you're watching it, you see just how wrong you are, just how wrong you were. See it from their perspective. So after that conflict is over, instead of going to yourself this time, and that other person went to their silence and went to their situation and their isolation, you now step into the scene and comfort them. What is being said? What is being heard? Most importantly, what is being felt? Breathe. As that scene ends and you embrace each other with love, your higher self takes you to a different realm and says, "Let's go." And you fly off to this space, in this place, and it's a beautiful dream home And in that dream home, you see all of the loved ones who have passed away. But you see them differently. You see them all in their highest state. If some was out of shape, no, they are now in shape. If some were mean, they're now loving. And if they were always loving, you see them as even more loving. There's a person that comes to you. I want you to listen to what they say. Breathe. As you two embrace in the final exchange, you smile at everyone, and everyone who is there is clapping for you, calling your name. They're screaming your name. They're clapping it up for you. They're snapping it for you. You did that. And as you smile and breathe, they all disappear one by one until you're in this space of nothingness. Wow, what a moment. Your next level is loading. Breathe. The next version of you has begun already. It is here. It is now. Breathe. As you see all of this stuff in the white space just cool and calm and is clean, I want you to just breathe and inhale in the moment and understand you are protected, you are whole, you are complete. And I invite and I encourage you to come back to this reality where everything starts populating back into your life one by one. The walls, the room, the space, the devices, my voice. Welcome back to the call, ladies and gentlemen. I invite you to open your eyes. If that was transformative for you, if that was amazing for you in any way, if that was a shocker for you in some way, I want you to put your video takeaway inside of the Telegram. Go ahead and put your video takeaway inside of the Telegram. That is going to be the homework for today. Other than you can search for your systems online. If you need some systems, if you need help, let me know. Message me on the Telegram. I will be inside the group. So just if you need help, I'll be there. Once again, the parameters that we shared with you for looking for the best system for you, you would have to have a system that helps you allow payments, automations, email marketing, website funnel. There's a lot of sites. I choose Wix. That's just my choice for ease, comfort, and intuitiveness. Okay, that's it for today. I will share that story that I wanted to share tomorrow. It's called the popcorn story. I will share that tomorrow. I'm not gonna play music on a high note because I want to keep y'all on this wavelength. Some of you probably needed to see those people who passed, like I did. So hopefully this has helped you. Go ahead and put your takeaway inside the chat. I'm sending you a lot of love, beautiful energy. You are the best of the best, the top of the top, the cream of the crop. We're gonna get you to that bank, ladies and gentlemen. But first, you got to do the hard work. All right. I'll see you in a little bit. I'll see you in a little bit. Peace, love, and beautiful energy. Till next time. Got class tonight though. Be there early. VIP. Let's go.